Which NFL free agency move fulfilled their team's needs the most? There's a couple. There's a couple of teams I will sit here and say did exactly what they needed to do in free agency. I'll start out by really applauding the Chiefs on getting a number one receiver, Marquise Brown. I know what you guys are going to say. Marquise Brown's he's not a true number one receiver. But on the Chiefs, he's a number one receiver. 100%. This guy is quick, elusive. The Chiefs can use Marquise Brown in a similar way they can use Tyreek Hill. Because when Marquise Brown was on the Cardinals last year, they would put him in jet sweep actions, bubble screens, him getting yards after the catch. I think that's exactly what the Chiefs can do. Marquise Brown is a perfect fit. He's been injured the last couple of years. He's missed 8 games in the last 2 seasons. But he's cheap. He's $7 million for 1 season. I think Marquise Brown fits perfect in the Chiefs' West Coast offense. And they need a number one receiver because then they have Travis Kelce. Then Rashee Rice is not the number one guy. You got a serviceable guy in Marquise Brown who was very good when he was on the Ravens. He had 1,000 yards and 6 touchdowns before he went to the Cardinals. It was in 2021, if I'm not mistaken. And I like that move for the Chiefs. Getting Marquise Brown, that gives them a chance to three-peat. But losing Ladarius Sneed is a big loss for the Chiefs, I think. Because the Titans got a squad now. You're picking up Ladarius Sneed. You got Will Levis going into the second year with weapons like D-Hop, Calvin Ridley, Treylon Burks, Tony Pollard in the backfield. The Titans made a lot of moves. That AFC South is going to be a very interesting division. Very interesting. You got the Jaguars with Trevor Lawrence. Anthony Richardson with the Colts. We'll see if he can stay healthy. The Texans with C.J. Stroud, which I would love to see T. Higgins end up in a Texans uniform. That is one player I would like to see end up in a Texans uniform. If he ends up getting traded from Cincinnati, which I don't know if he will, because he's still going to be making $21.8 million as a franchise tag player, which is not that bad, if you ask me. But another team that made some drastic moves in free agency, obviously the Eagles getting Saquon Barkley. That RPO action with him and Jalen Hurts is going to be disgusting. Disgusting. And then you got C.J. Gardner-Johnson to help out with the secondary help for the Eagles. Last year, the Eagles had the 31st ranked passing offense. Or not passing offense, passing defense. They needed C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Needed him. He's one of the best corners in football. And Darius Slay, he's getting old. He's getting old. Bradbury, he's serviceable. But the Eagles secondary was getting exposed all year long last year. There's no doubt that the Eagles have a good defensive line. But their secondary was their problem. And I wonder how the Eagles offensive line will do without Jason Kelce. Can Saquon Barkley still be that dude without Jason Kelce? I think so because he's Saquon Barkley, but will he be able to stay as healthy? I don't know. Because Saquon Barkley always has that asterisk next to his name. If healthy, top 3 running back in the NFL. I think the Eagles definitely got better. They're going to win the NFC East next year. It's no doubt. No question. No question. No question. Especially when you have the Cowboys not making any moves. And I saw this interview the other day. I'm usually don't talk about my Cowboys much on this podcast anymore because they're very frustrating. As you guys know, I'm not watching next year. Mike McCarthy has the audacity to come out and say, I think our roster has improved. How has the roster improved? Are you delusional? We lost Tyron Smith, Tyler DeBazier. Do I need to keep naming? Tony Pollard, Leighton Vander Esch, Michael Gallup. I mean, we didn't get better. And this is Jerry's definition of going all in. Okay. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. Going all in. Great move.
Talk to me, baby. Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me nice. I'm from another world, baby, yeah. Broadway paradise. They think I'm way too cold, cause I put my heart